Hey there, I'm going to be showing you what an Expo booth is in the Spark as well as how to set up your own. So in the Spark there's three different sizes of Expo booths. The one I'm standing in front of right now is the medium size. It's probably going to be the most common size for y'all. So if you look at it from the outside you can see they've got um, little icons for the company. They've got some cool backgrounds, some cool pictures, and a cool picture here. If you step inside this blue ring right here called the privacy zone, it takes you inside of the booth. So while you're inside of the booth, you can talk to whoever is in there, and you can view the videos if there are any without it interfering with the outside world. So if you're talking inside here, no one else can hear you on the outside. So if you walk in, it'll also tell you if you are in a private room. And if you do walk in, a lot of times, if you have a video in there, it will start playing. So here's the video on the screen. We're not going to watch the whole thing. And here is your little Expo booth. So the second size is the bigger Expo booth, and that's what we're going to look at now. So as you can see, this whole big one is surrounded by a privacy zone. And you can see it from the outside, and when you enter, the screens all change. So you can add a screen from the outside that is viewable to the outside and is only interactable when you enter the zone. So they've got a couple different screens here. And then within the bigger privacy zones and bigger booths, there is a second or third privacy zone. So right here inside, you've got this little table, and you've got another table. So if you're in here, you can talk to anyone else in this area, but if you just want to have, say, a private chat with someone one-on-one, you can sit down at this table or stand inside this zone, and then the people outside will also not hear you. The third booth size is the small booth. So standing from the outside, you can really only see what company it is, a little logo in the front or a QR code, and the picture. But if you enter the screen, it will take you to the website, or in this case, a smaller version of the picture. This is just an example. So I'm going to show you how to set up your booth. I'm going to start by using the small one, just for simplicity's sake. So from the outside, this is what a blank small booth would look like. You've got your icon color, your logo on top, as well as an empty screen that technically functions as two different screens. The placeholder screen you see from the outside, and then the interactive screen from the inside. So first of all, we're just going to use the example of the company IndieConnect to set this up. So let us first start modifying our booth and personalizing it by changing the color. To do this, you can do it from the outside or the inside if you are the moderator. So this little podium right here, the speaker podium, if you scroll over it, you can change booth color, right click, boom, and it takes you to a color palette. So we're going to do a dark blue since Indie Blue is a dark blue. Perfect. Next, let's say we want to make this interactive. Let's make this a video. So to edit this screen right here, you can either zoom in and it will show you and you can search from inside, which is a little bit more difficult, or you can copy and paste from this little toolbox bar down here. So right here you can just either copy paste whatever site you wanted, or you can upload pictures or videos from your desktop. Okay, so to customize your booth, the first thing you might want to do is update your logos on the top or the bottom. So for our example of IndieConnect, we are going to change this top logo to the IndieConnect banner. So to change either one of these, if you toggle your mouse over it, it'll say right click to update. So if you go ahead and right click, it'll take you to the remote image options. So you can either display a picture from the internet by entering a URL, or you can just browse computer for an image to upload using this little blue button right here. So we're going to do that. And then just choose whatever logo you think or banner you want for your company. And after it uploads, don't forget to hit apply. Same for this little icon booth down here. You can also add a picture. So like we changed the color before, it'll have this paintbrush, but if you want to change the logo itself, if you hover over the icon, it'll say right click to update. So for this little podium booth, two recommendations I would have for y'all are either another company logo, the picture of if someone is speaking and someone's representing, maybe a picture of them, or a personal favorite, a QR code. So we're going to upload a QR code for this booth. And this code could be to your website, to a YouTube video, to a page, really anything. The options are endless. And don't forget to hit apply. So the outside of your booth is looking pretty good. And you can access and see both those little banners from the outside and the logos. So next what we want to do is update this main page. So in all the booths, the big screen like this can always be a video booth. So we're going to take advantage of that now and upload a video or link a video to it. So to do that, you want to hit this little zoom in on the screen to make it easier. You can either manually search on the internet if you'd like, or you can use this bar at the bottom to upload or link to a website. So what I'm going to do is copy and paste a link for, let's say, a YouTube video I want to use to give a little presentation about IndieConnect. So as soon as you do that and hit enter, you might have to refresh it. It'll automatically pull it up. Whew, a little loud. So it'll automatically start playing anytime you walk inside this booth. Another example. There we are. So, but you might notice that when you exit the booth, you can't hear or see this video. And that is A, because there's a privacy zone, so you can't hear anything that's going on. And it also just gives you two different screens basically for the price of one. So what we're going to do is add another image to this outside of the screen to maybe better draw people in to come and watch that video. So just like this logo up here and down there where the QR code, same process. You just right click to update, and then you can either do an image like we uploaded from the computer, or you could also do a link. So we're just going to go to the IndieConnect website and copy and paste that link and hit apply. But as you can see, that doesn't really work out that great because it's a big website. It's not just one static picture. So for the outside of the booth, I would recommend just doing a solid picture of some kind. So let's just make it a photo of our friend Vinny, the CEO of IndieConnect. And there you are. So that is the basics on how to set up a small booth. Next, I'm going to show you some more advanced options that you can use in the small booth, but as well as the bigger booths. I'm going to show you a few presentation tools you can use within your booth. So to access these tools, the first thing you want to do is enter your own booth and go up to the screen, the main screen. If you zoom in on it, you'll be able to see in this little dock down here that there's a few options we haven't explored yet, and that is what I'm going to show you now. So if you already have whatever web page you want on there, that's great, but there's a few more options you can do. So if you hover your mouse over your options, it'll tell you what it is. There's some simple ones like bookmarking the page, uploading a file, but then these last two here are more advanced, you might say. So this first one here is to share your screen. So let's say you're doing some work or you're doing something on your own screen that you want other people to see. If you hit share your screen, you can share your desktop. And it might take you down this little rabbit hole, but here we go. You can see me looking through an email, looking through a Google Drive. So, and then you can do work all together at once, or you can have something that's a bit more interactive. Your second option here is to share your webcam. So if you want to present in person or just have some more face-to-face connection with other people, if you hit this little video recorder, you can share your webcam. So connect to how you are right here. Hey there. And you can talk through here. The last option is these three little bars right here open up more options. And so on here, really, it's of all these options you're probably going to be using is the presentation tool. So if you open the presentation tool, you get a little preview of your screen, as well as the ability to toggle more around in here and show other people on the screen what you are doing, instead of doing it directly from here. So let's say I wanted to Google Indie Connect. I can do that, first of all, in your little share screen that will link after you've already done all the toggling you wanted to. And to exit this presenter mode, you just go to presenter tool and it will close you out. So those are the main extra little features you can use within your booth, and this will work in all the other types of booths, for these medium ones and the big ones. For the screen sharing, it will only be on the main screen right here, versus all these little squares that you would usually use to put pictures up. As well as in these big booths, those options are available on these screens right here. Happy creating your booths!